Now, the top disposition teams in the real estate investing industry understand that efficient processes and speed to lead are so crucial in the beginning stages of a new deal that you're looking to send out. Let's talk about the disposition process. Now, many of you know that our model is very dispo based because we have relationships with the largest nationwide hedge fund buyers. Now that we've seen Wall Street enter the single family real estate market, they're cornering the market, paying way more than anyone else. Well, how do we dispo the deals that do not fit inside of the hedge fund playbook? So the goal here is to really show you guys under the hood and open up to show you the process on once we receive a lead on the back end, how we break it up, identify number one, does it fit the hedge fund, right? Is it a hedge fund play or not? If that's a yes, will we directly submit it into the system for offers, right? Submit it into the hedge fund system to start getting some offers spit back. If it is not a hedge fund play, let's say the bed bath count doesn't line up, the square footage, or the market is not one of the big markets that these Wall Street institutions are playing ball, well, guess what? Dispositions manager needs a clean process with how they get that set up, right? So we're going to tee up that property. Number one, identify, is it at a price point that we're in a strategic position that we could move it along to another cash buyer? Might be a smaller institutional investor, one of the tertiary funds that we have in the back pocket, or whatever that looks like, right? But number one, does it fit the hedge fund? If not, number two, let's put this together, make sure that we have photos, and if we have a video, that's helpful because sending these out in email form to the nationwide buyers list, we need to make sure that we have accurate information, right? Let's go ahead and pop on the screen real quick. So what you're looking at here is the dispo process. Day one, lead is received. First step from there, boom, does it fit the hedge fund or not? If so, get submitted into the system. From there, any properties that do not fit the hedge fund model, they get uploaded into the database and sent out to the email list, right? Fast forward a couple days. Once we've submitted to the hedge funds, we consider them the VIP buyers. Why? Well, because they pay more money than anyone else in the market. If we don't have a response within 24 to 48 hours, day three, our dispositions manager is triggered to take that same deal, upload it into the database, and pump it out to the rest of the buyers in that chosen market, right? So if we don't have an offer by day three for the hedge fund deals, well, guess what? We're bringing it to market and offering it to all other investors that are currently active. Well, there's one piece of this puzzle that we need to be super, super dialed in with. And that's what I touched on right here. We need to have quality pictures, and if we have a video, that's super helpful as well because it positions us on the marketing standpoint to be able to line it up and find a qualified buyer who understands the condition of the property and is actually willing to make a move. Now, from day three all the way through day seven, our dispositions manager is responsible for heavy follow-up, right? Heavy follow-up. Now, what are they doing here? They're making phone calls with every single person that's reached out and inquired about a property. Hey, just wanted to give you a follow-up phone call. I see you emailed or opened up the email about 123 Main Street. Does this look like an asset that might make sense for you, right? If not, why, right? They're really trying to gauge and get as much feedback as possible so that they can push it along the process. And the goal is to get this deal assigned as quickly as possible. Because if we get to the end of day 7, right, and we'll even go between day 7 and day 10, if we do not have an offer at this point, and you can see here on the board, it's either reduce the price on the deal because if a deal doesn't sell within the first week and we're blasting it out to all the buyers across the network, something is wrong. And it's our job to identify what that is. Now, the three things that sell real estate, it's location, price, condition, right? Very simple. Let's put that on the board real quick. We have location, number one, right? Location, location, location. You guys have heard that before. We have price, and we have condition. This right here, I'll call our Dispo Pyramid, right? This is our Dispositions Pyramid because these are the three factors, the three determining factors for all real estate deals in determining why this deal is either sitting and it's not selling or why this deal actually sold, right? You can't always control the location, right? So if it's in a poor location, obviously, the price has to reflect that, right? If it's in a good location and pretty good condition, right, but it's not selling, well, your price is obviously the factor. Let's say the location is poor, condition is good, and the price is fair, but the property's still sitting. Well, we probably need to analyze it, and going back to condition, if it's in good condition, probably the price, right? These are the key factors. We'll call it the holy grail of selling real estate. Doesn't matter if you're an investor, doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent sitting on the retail side. Location, condition, price. That's your pyramid, and one of those three factors is the reason that your asset's not getting moved, right? So back to the drawing board, if we're hitting day 10 and the deal hasn't sold, right, we need to reevaluate and figure out why this is. Now, this is also expecting that our dispositions manager has been on it hot, right? They've been following up with all prospect leads, all prospect buyers, and really vetting them, trying to get as much information as we can, right? So the worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, is a price reduction. So we have on here just a very standard script. If you have to go back to renegotiate a contract price because you're too high or because the market might be turning, right, you need to be prepared to have that conversation. So very simple. Hey, Mr. Seller, just wanted to follow up in regards to your property at 123 Main Street. Upon inspecting the property, looks like the property needs a little more work than we anticipated, right? Or if it's in great condition, it looks like the price is slightly higher than we actually need to be, right? Underwriting department shot this down and they're telling me we need to be a little bit lower on price. As much as I would love to make this work, it looks like we might not be the best play in this case, right? I can still put together an offer for you, right? Still try to make it a deal, but we'd likely have to come down on price, right? I'm not by any means asking you to reduce the price on your end, as I know that you're expecting a certain number, and I'm not asking you to come down whatsoever. But I encourage you to think about it and pray about it and see what the best thing is for you, right? We can talk about next steps. I'm here to serve you in any way I can. But again, the price ain't working, right? Or the condition ain't working. How you're presenting that follow-up negotiation piece is crucial. And you'd be surprised when we come from a place of service, how many times we've gotten significant price reductions. I'm talking $30,000 less in some cases from what the original contract amount was. But that really is behind the scenes the way that we view and analyze a deal and how we dispo it and set up the dispo process on the back end. Now, you as the leader, the visionary CEO, owner of the company, if you have employees, if you have a dispositions manager, being very, very clear and specific with how this process is going to be played out is going to be one of the crucial steps to creating an efficient dispo organization. And once you build together and you put together these systems, that, my friend, is your secret weapon. Get out there, let's close some deals.